from them, and I try not to repeat them again. So please take responsibility for the good and the bad, okay? Next slide. We'll zip right through that. We already touched about it a little bit. Sexting is getting as young as middle school, okay? Very public humiliation. As soon as you hit send on the computer, guys, it's gone. When I was a kid, my dad's favorite quote to tell me and my brother was, think before you speak. You better learn how to do that. You're not good at it. Think before you speak. I have one boss at my police department that still thinks that of me once in a while, but for the most part, I've learned. I think before I speak, okay? Now, parents, we have to tell our kids, think before you hit send. It goes everywhere, and it's gone. What is Snapchat's claim to fame? What do they say happens to the photo? 10 seconds, right? You can set a time limit on the photo. Well, I'm just going to send it to these 3 people, and it's going to delete on its own. No, that does not happen. And even if it deletes in 10 seconds or 20 seconds or 30 seconds, how long does it take one of those kids that received it to take a screenshot of it? 1 second, okay? Think before you hit send. That stuff never goes away. And the same criminal and school discipline is involved. Your family is embarrassed, okay? This lasts forever, okay? Lasts forever. And I won't get into detail with it, but the one thing I say to every group, no matter their age, junior high or high school, very simply, kids, never be so disrespectful of someone you care about to ever ask for a photo like that. Other kids, never, ever, ever have such low respect for yourself and low self-esteem to ever, ever, ever send a photo like that. Next slide, please. Here are some of the things kids tell me. I'm not like that. He's my boyfriend. He said I can trust him. Why would he do this to me? That's a 15-year-old kid. I honestly got tired of him bugging me for the picture. If I sent it, he'd stop. 12-year-old kid. I'd never do something like that in public. That's sick. It's just different when you're online, I guess. It's hard to explain. I feel like a different person. This is a kid that was requesting some of the photos. And then, of course, am I in trouble now? Okay? We have to change the culture, guys. Next one. There are solutions. We just talked about it. Never send one, never ask for one. Don't trust anyone that wants one. Okay? So let's focus on the ladies here. Let's focus on the 14 and up crowd, okay? Girls, I know you want to get in relationships, and boys are cute, and they're so sweet and nice, and you want to go to proms and homecomings, and yay, that's wonderful, okay? Long-term relationships in your world last longer than like a TV show, and that's about it. But quite honestly, if any boy ever asks for an inappropriate picture, you obviously are going to tell him no. And right then and there, thus ends the relationship, okay? If they have such little respect that they're going to try, come on, I love you. I love you. We're so cute together. I just love you. If you love me, not only don't you send the picture, you say goodbye to him, and you tell all your friends about him. And boys, if you don't believe they do that, yeah, they do, okay? So for all you little macho guys that are like, yeah, it don't matter. I'll dump her. There's another girl right around the corner. Girls talk, okay? Don't do that, please. Have more self-esteem and confidence. And again, think before you hit send. Next slide. How can we change the culture? Kids, you need to be responsible for your own behavior. You need to start showing empathy. Can someone give me a definition of the word empathy, please? Anyone? Bueller? Yeah, even the kids like that movie. Empathy. Come on, help me out. What does empathy mean? Take a guess. Say it again. Feeling for others, very good. We had a young lady describe it. I describe it as putting yourself in someone's shoes. And she said feeling someone else's feelings. That's exactly right. You have to be able to look at a situation and feel someone else's feelings. And if you walk by and you see a kid getting beat up by 3 other kids, instead of doing your natural instinct, which is to take out your phone and do what? Record it. Okay? We don't take out the phone and call 911. We take out the phone and record it. Instead of going with the natural instinct of, this is funny, look at this fight, I'm going to record it, do the right thing. Feel empathy. Show empathy for that kid. Put yourself in their position. Would I want that happening to me? And instead of recording it, call 911, okay? Help that person out. That's the biggest culture change I've seen from when I was a kid to when you are kids now. There's no more empathy. It's not there anymore. You got to rekindle that. You got to bring it back. Not just brothers and sisters and best friends and best buddies, people you don't know. There's a video out there in a few YouTubes that I forgot the name. It's so old, I forget. There's a 92-year-old man at a busy parking lot just like a Jewel. He walked to his car. He parked right by the cart section. He had one bag in the cart. He had a big full-size van. He took the bag out of the cart. He opened the van door. He got attacked by 3 men. 17, 19, and 20 were their ages, I believe. They attacked him. They beat him down. They jumped him. They were looking for his wallet. They were thinking about stealing the vehicle. This whole incident is caught on tape by the security cameras. The parking lot was full. It was a Saturday morning. At one point, you counted 37 people that visibly saw what was happening. How many of them did something? One took out a phone and hopefully called 911, okay? That's it. And when they found some of the people, some were former employees coming in and out, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Show empathy and do something. Something so simple. You don't got to run up and catch the robbers, okay? You don't have to do that. But what are the robbers going to be afraid? Who are they afraid of coming? The police, right? Okay? What does every person in a parking lot do when they hear a car alarm go off? What is that? Whose car? Is that my car? They look, right? All you have to do, if you're a nice little old lady 2 spots down, is hit your car alarm. Bad guys are going to see it. Bad guys are going to panic. Bad guys are going to leave. All you got to do is walk by on your phone and go, I called the cops. Stop it. I called the cops. And then run the other way. Bad guys are going to leave. The bad guys are not going to do this. Wait. The lady said she called the cops. Well, the police department's about 3 miles away, and there is some traffic. We could probably continue to attack this man for another minute and a half. At that point, we will have to run quickly, okay? They don't do that. They're criminals. They're not that smart, okay? So there are simple things you can do to show empathy in your community, in your school, in your church, in your neighborhood. See it and do something about it. Take pride in the friends and in your school and in your church, okay? When you take pride in that, when you walk around the school and do the right things, guess what? The younger ones look up to that. They may not admit it. When you're a senior in high school and those annoying freshmen are in your hallway, they're looking at you. What clothes does he wear? What phone does he have? What is he into? What kind of shoes is he wearing? They want to emulate you. When you're in 8th grade, the 6th graders look up to you. Lead by example. Be a role model and do it the right way. Report things you can't control to an adult, and please keep your parents involved in your life. They're the only ones that care they care the most, guys. I've had teachers that loved kids, and when the kid got locked up, did the teacher come to the police department? No. I've had friends that are best buddies. When I lock him up, do his 3 buddies come to the police department to confess? I was there too? No. Who comes to the police department? Moms and dads. Who goes to the hospital? Moms and dads. Who goes to the school when you're sick? Moms and dads. You may not know it, you may not appreciate it enough, but I promise you, moms and dads care more about you than anyone else in your life. You have to keep them involved. You have to cut them a break from time to time. They may not know everything, but they're trying. Trust me, with as many breaks as parents cut kids, you totally owe us, okay? So give them the benefit of the doubt. Keep them involved in your life. Let them know what's going on. Parents, how many of you have heard when your kids come home from school, how was school today? Fine. Anything go on? No. Stop doing that, guys. Tell us. Give us a little something. Give us a nugget, okay? Help us out, please, because we're there for you, but we can't do anything unless you keep us involved. Next slide. Should be there you go. It's time we all make a difference. Please be a leader. Be respectful. Be responsible. I appreciate your time. 18 and under, thank you very much.
All right, students, what we're going to have you guys do now, you guys are going to be dismissed to go to the gym. But on your way, what we need you guys to do is we need every single person to grab a chair, guys grab some tables, and take them and put them away, all right? If everybody grabs one, there'll be one trip for everyone. You're good, all right? If you can grab 4, you rock. All right, and then you guys can play
Jackson's
9 square
totally
in the air, octoball, you can play Nukem,
4,
whatever.
Right? 4
parents,
chairs.
hang here.
You got 5.
We're going to have a
That's what I'm
session for you
talking
guys
about.
right now. So, cool.
You're welcome. Thanks, buddy.
Hey, some people listen to Bon Jovi.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about.
Parents, if you guys want to move forward into the first few rows, that'd be awesome. Thank you. Naomi's got it going on. The Etchisons, great.
Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Ready to go? Okay. All right, now that we got rid of them. No, just kidding. Thank you guys for having me out again. For those of you that were not here, my name's Jeff Bean. We'll get in a little more, there's another title slide after this, but your presentation is a little different, okay? I talk to the kids about things they can do. I limit things. I share some general stories, things like that. Yours is a little more in-depth. I mentioned all the websites and the social media apps that I use. I have actually taken excerpts from what kids actually say and do on there that I've included in this presentation. This presentation is called The Digital Age Is My Child Ready? All the stuff you saw on the previous slide are all the things your kids are doing, okay? I have investigated cyberbullying crimes on every one of those. Raise your hand if you do not know what some of them are or you'd like some help. Yes? Kik. Kik is very similar to Instagram, except worse. Same thing, same general rules apply. It's on your phone, it's a social media app. You can talk, chat, put pictures, put videos. The age limit is just upped to 17. It used to be 13. The problem with Kik, which we'll get into more detail about, is it's a little worse because it's based in another country and they don't adhere to a lot of our rules and regulations. They don't work very well with law enforcement. Another one that people don't know. Yes? Ask FM is 10 times worse than Kik. That is the only thing I will tell you that if you see your kid on Ask.fm, absolutely get them off, okay? That is something that even adults shouldn't be on. Again, it's based in a foreign country. We'll get into a little more detail about it, but the anonymity of it makes it just so hurtful and really, really nasty. The little ghost is Snapchat, Vine is videos. We kind of know what Twitter and Instagram and Facebook are. PS3 and Xbox Live. I've done cyberbullying cases on kids video gaming online. And I still remember the conversation and the blank stare I had from my kids. I didn't know what Xbox Live was. I like video games. I'll get on there and shoot zombies with you. That's cool. But when my wife said, well, they want Xbox Live, I said, well, what's the difference? So my son is explaining it to me. Well, you can get on and play with other people. Well, why don't you just like have 4 controllers and your friends are all in the living room and you play? No, like I could play like Nick down the street. So he gets on at his house, you get on at your house. Right. How, you just time it up? Yeah, you just tell them, hey, 4 o'clock, or you send them a request on there. Okay, so you play with your friends. Yeah, well, you can play with anybody. Like anybody in the world. Yeah. No, that's never going to happen. Thank you for asking. This was a fun conversation. It took about 6 months to finally get my son at a Best Buy. He's like, ask the guy. So I asked the guy and I said, look, are there ways we can monitor this, we can make it better? I don't want him playing with some guy who lives in his mom's basement and he's 52 years old and he doesn't have a job, but he's really good at killing bad guys, so people want to challenge him. That's weird. And he said, yeah, you can lock it so it's friends. You can turn off the volume. You don't need to get that. So he explained a little bit more to me. I trust my kids. I got it with those limited rules. And I said, if I catch you playing online with someone you don't know, we're going to stop it, okay? Kids are online playing video games against people that are complete strangers. Kids are online playing video games against each other from school, and their sign-on name, instead of saying Jimmy123, is Ashley's the B word. And Ashley's the ex-girlfriend. So Ashley doesn't play the games Jimmy plays. She doesn't see it. He thinks it's funny. Then finally, someone sees it that likes Ashley, goes to her in school and says, do you know what his sign-on is to his account? What? It's you're a bleep. So then she goes to the principal, and the principal goes, and they call me, okay? So they get cyberbullied anywhere, okay? I've investigated cases on all the sites. The next slide. We already did that. The next slide, please. Okay, my goals tonight for you guys is I want to educate you about the dangers of the social networking apps and sites and cell phone use by kids. I want to share insights about what they're really doing, okay? Like I said, I'm going to put up excerpts and things like that. I want to discuss solutions and alternatives. Before you leave here, if you want, there's a handout front and back that offers software suggestions. It offers monitoring tips and little things like that for you. They're nothing I personally recommend, all right? My wife is the monitor.